Good morning, everyone. Just going to get me some gas here before I leave the Walmart and head off to our scenic drive Saturday morning bright and early. What can I do super today? And you have to have a clean windshield, especially with all of my little buggy friends that have been visiting me lately. I really wish that they would make long handles for these things. This just does not work for short people. I could grab my stool. Much better. $68. So we have gas. I did a visual check around the truck. Everything looks good. Bike looks good. Lily, you're good. Lily, you're not good actually. We need to put your harness, hook it up. There we go, one hand. Good girl. You're all hooked up now. We're here with the RV in Duluth, and we're going about 162 miles, I think. So it's called North Shore Scenic Drive, and this is what we're doing. As I made the quick trip to the start of the North Shore Scenic Drive in Duluth, Minnesota, I encountered several diversions, construction work detours, and turn after turn of roadblocks due to an annual marathon. However, we finally got back on track just in time to stop at Mocha Moose Coffee House. Look what I found. Mocha Moose Coffee, food, beer, and wine. Got a cute place to mix them. Hi!
Palisade Head is right here, so it's just north of Silver Bay, so that's about 42 minutes north.
Okay. After sharing stories with Mickey at the Mocha Moose Coffee House, I headed off to my first lighthouse. So we're here at the Breakwater Lighthouse. How amazing is all this? Very, very pretty. It's nice and cool too. It's like glass out there. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Go. Come on. Go. Go. I'm gonna get you. Very end of the pier. So we came from this direction. You can see we walked all the way from over here. This direction. Beautiful. And this is Lake Superior. It's like you can't even see hardly to the other side. There's a little bit of fog. It's beautiful and very calm, and you can see the clouds off of the water. This was such an amazing day already, and we still had so much more to see, including our next lighthouse called Split Rock Lighthouse, where we get a guided tour about the history of how this lighthouse came to be. you're doing a tour. This way. I am, but it looks like it's raining now.
Well,
so
we can kind of go under here, and then we can we'll adjust. I'm Jenny, by the way. We go through. Maybe we'll try it over on the benches, and we'll just see. But at the time period we're talking about in 1905, they had a storm on November 28th and 29th, and during that one storm, they lost 29 ships. They were either downed or damaged on the lake. And because of that storm and the precipitating events with the rest of the shipping industry, they decided they wanted to put in some lighthouses. So that storm that I was mentioning, the waves and the winds would have been similar to what they looked like here in 1983. This is the cliff where we would have started the tour. It's a 100-foot cliff. So during that storm, the winds were about 60 miles an hour. The waves were about 30 feet high. And it was about 13 below zero. And of those 29 ships that I mentioned, 3 of them went down close by Split Rock. One was the Lafayette, which went against Encampment Island, that's 12 miles south. The next was the Edenborn, and that was 2 miles south at Split Rock River. And the last one was the Madeira. And there's a point down on the other end of the site called Gold Rock Point. If you walk down the path, you can see it out there. The Madeira was a tow barge. They didn't have an engine of their own. They were being pulled behind another ship, and that's what they were doing to try and maximize their load capacity. As they load up the first ship, then they tow another one behind. And during that storm, the line got cut, and so the Madeira had 10 sailors aboard, but no engine, and they were being smashed into Gold Rock Point. I would guess the sailors assumed they were going to die like that because there was no way off, and no way to power away. But one of the sailors took a rope on his shoulders and he scaled the cliff, which I'm thinking was probably pretty icy, like it was during this storm. But he made it to the top and he tied off a rope, threw it down to the rest of them on the boat, and he only lost one of the 8 remaining sailors. So only one person died because of his efforts.
It's only 72 degrees here, but it's very, very humid. And of course it just rained, so it made it even worse. So I feel kind of sticky, and I may have to take this off. And I'll just have my little tank top on, but anyways, it is what it is.
Even though it was raining, we were having such a great time. Lily and I stopped off at the lake at a local park, had some lunch, did a quick little walk, and then got back out on the road. You could see the storm clouds in the distance and the rain started getting heavier. And I do have to say, this road was pretty bumpy in a lot of parts. And I gave up trying to put the curtains back up after they kept falling down.
I'm on Minnesota 61. I just pulled off to the side to see the view. And oh my god, I forgot to tell you. She gave me, I've already eaten a piece of it, this cookie. If you can see, hopefully. It's a chocolate cookie, but here's the thing. I turned her down originally. She asked me if I like cookies. Yes, I love cookies. I did tell her I was vegan. She's like, oh, it's a vegan cookie. So it is so good. And you know what's really amazing about it? There's not a lot of sugar in it. It's not super sweet, which a lot of times when you eat cookies, for me now, because I don't eat sugar very much, because of that, if I do have things that have sugar in it, it tastes super, super sweet to me. So this didn't taste very, very sweet, which was nice because that means there's really definitely not a lot of sugar in it. And the fact that it's completely vegan is amazing. So anyways, I appreciate it, Mickey. Thank you very much. It's amazing.
I stopped at one more beautiful overlook on Lake Superior and enjoyed the high view from above and the trees below before coming to the end of the North Shore Scenic Drive at the Canadian border. I ended up driving all the way back to Duluth, Minnesota instead of finding a campsite, as every place I went to was full on this very busy weekend. So back to Walmart we went.